if he wants to be very objective, I think whatever he said was a bit of a bongo ideas type of reasoning. Yes, I'm being honest. Because why would you, as an industry elite as you are, on a camera, sit behind it and try to concoct a narration that seems to paint an award scheme that they offer awards for performance? What will make you come to such conclusion or try to create such narrative unless you have been part of a deal of that sort? That is my only reasoning towards that direction.
Okay.
Because you see, if he's smart enough, he will understand every award scheme and every year has a year under review. 2001 to 2005. So within that year, Obi Oya Hot within that year, we need them on that awards. That is why Ablekuman analysts can a trend is higher now. They'll try to create a space
for him
on that stage, because they need that trend to in their whole activity lineup.
Yeah. Ricky is doing something that at this point is an issue among economists. We have two types of economists. We have those who are into the calculations of things. I mean, so econometrics as they call it. And there are some people who are saying that no, there's no sense in doing econometrics when there are evidences and even history to say otherwise. You see, the econometric guys, they just follow the hardcore data, put it into the model that they have, and then tell you the results after putting the data into the models that they have. So they will give you figures. Like this one is 10%, 20%, 60%. Meanwhile, practically you can observe something different from the numbers that they are giving you.
Okay.
And exactly what Ricky is doing.
Me, I was shocked at the news when I saw it. I think you even saw from the way I even showed it to you.
Yes.
I was very shocked because I know one thing is certain when it comes to the brand we are talking about, Stonebwoy. If he doesn't want to have anything to do with you, he tries his best not to have anything to, like, his brand involved in anything you do.
Okay. Good.
And there have been signs and symptoms for a long time. Maybe today.
Signs and symptoms.
Yes. It started with his PR, Vida Educhuma, writing on Facebook, "Congratulations, can promise. Stay consistent, and at least we have shown how it is done." When I saw this post, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt that I'm not sure they will discuss it in their other agendas like they've been claiming. The Okache portfolio. So, but since Stonebwoy himself has also congratulated, and I'm sure it was part of their conversation.
Any other matters?
It was part of the beam conversation. Any other matters? Now, Can Promise was a headline discussion. Just to clear face, make them say be good guy. But let me tell you, sometimes the actions of people or the heart of people can be determined by what they write, the details of what they write. You see, it has been clear since time immemorial that Stonebwoy is one artist that finds it hard to receive a new budding artist who is doing equally well. Or probably sometimes they try to compare him to his level.
Yes, he was talking about the society that we live in will not even care to listen to. Unfortunately, it is true and it is the fact. And wherever you find yourself, it is the same story. Just that this is where you find yourself, so you feel it here, you will not feel it there.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
Anyways, back again, second day in the week of TGMAs for us here on Sammy Flex TV. And looks like the issues around the TGMA, they are not ending soon. And as much as they are not ending, it means that we also have to do the talking right here on Sammy Flex TV. So yesterday, some came up. Today, there are some angles fresh on our table as well. In the studio, gentlemen are seated from left, long left, extreme left in Team Dodi Solomon. Today, he's changed his position again, and he's playing the favorite position that he's taking now, the left flank, Tentenwa, no crossing boom. In the middle is man like Long John, the blogger, DJ Slim's favorite guy. He's also here. And immediate left is Roland Amate, Shagzy Shatter Movement Empire, and Roland Report. My name is Sammy Flex, and the team behind the scenes, Theophilus the Gosh, there's that, Sam Tuga, making sure they put together all the pieces for you to also enjoy it as well. Now, because I said we are having the continuation of the TGMA, let's see what we can do with it. As of yesterday, I think when we were about closing, Long John showed me something on his phone where I saw Stonebwoy rather congratulating King Promise. And when he showed me that thing, I said, hey, really? Stonebwoy did that? I never expected that from him. When I said it was a shocker, Roland said, oh, it's not a shocker. I said, well, let's see how it goes. Now, we are all expecting King Promise to respond to the tweet from Stonebwoy, just as he's been responding to the rest of the musicians who are wishing him well and congratulating him. On Twitter, he did not do it. When he came on radio, we thought, okay, maybe it was an oversight on Twitter. So now that he's on radio, he'll respond to it. Radio 2, bam, he has ignored. He said he doesn't see why he should even respond to it. It is looking like, in fact, it's giving beef vibe. It is giving beef. And others are saying, oh, indeed, there is a beef. Meanwhile, if you check last year, same thing happened. When Stonebwoy also won, King Promise congratulated him on Twitter. Once again, Stonebwoy said he has not seen it.
No, he said he's seen it.
No, he said he's seen it, but he's not going to respond to it.
It's in one basket.
He is doing other things and he's responding to other people. Therefore, maybe he's not paid attention to King Promise's own. And this is obviously giving some big vibes. Well, we want you guys to watch these videos, and when I come back, ask my people that, are we smelling real beef now? Like now, raw beef? And again, why is Stonebwoy not looking at the fact that I did not respond to this guy? So when I tweet at him, he won't do it, but he decided to still tweet. Is he trying to change the conversation so that the artist of the now we start talking about him just as it is happening? Well, anything is possible in the world of show business. Let's go watch it. When I come back, we start talking.
King Promise congratulated you afterwards.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I saw it.
Did you respond?
No, I didn't respond.
Why?
No, I didn't think to respond. I just saw it. There's so many people have not responded to congratulatory messages. So I think it's in that basket. Believe me. And there's nothing attached to that at all. It's nice to congratulate people when, you know, they win. When you feel like, I'm not that petty. It doesn't have, truly speaking.
But a lot of people think that there is some bad blood, and that was why you didn't respond.
No. I please beg that we shouldn't take it that far. There's no bad blood. I can never ever be seen. It cannot be like that I can promise have anything. No.
Is he your friend?
Please. Like, there's no. Kim Promise is one of our junior brothers in the industry. Believe me. When he did Hey Sexy, I remember I was traveling out of town and I had to still pass there and shoot the video for him. I do not believe I have any problem with my brother personally. I do not believe so at all. That's what I can state. And you know, like, people call you, your own friends sometimes will call you, miss them a few times. Sometimes, like, but there's no. We don't play. It's not like, so I don't want anybody to start to create anything. If anybody chooses to create anything, then they'll deal with it the way it is. But I can't get involved, like 100%. I can't get involved.
Straight ever. It don't feel safe.
These are you should Google what PDFs are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like And then also first made the Balenciaga by Sanan Crofocus. I know munim. You know, but
now everybody's
they know that's it.
Yeah.
Might be the fufa ba mungusia.
Come as super.
Airbag.
Bro,
Yeah.
Stonebwoy has congratulated you. Have you seen it?
I've been told of it.
Make her read them.
I have actually been told of it.
Have you responded?
I know payment called Twitter, sir.
I think it was
Yeah.
early in the morning yesterday.
Was yesterday?
Yeah, congratulations. I'm Kim Promise on your win and on your.
I was waiting for this. I told
into the
who did I
league.
tell? I told Gome. I was like, bro, I feel like you're gonna ask me this question about.
Oh yeah. You know he's going to pop up.
Into
In
the
fact,
league.
early this morning, I told them we should wait for you to come so we
Yeah.
can ask you.
I don't think it's a big deal, you know. I really don't think it's a big deal.
To respond?
Not about even responding, but because I have responded to a few. You know what I mean? Like the ones I saw when I went on the app, I responded to everyone. But I just haven't been on the app today. But obviously they were telling me about it. I'm like, oh, moon cool it down. Like it's not even a big deal. Like I've received the congrats. So
You're going to respond?
I've received the congrats. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't really think it's like anything to speak about.
Well, so let me start with Roland. As of yesterday, you said you were not surprised.
Yeah.
King Promise congratulated Stonebwoy. I was surprised.
You mean Stonebwoy?
Stonebwoy, yes.
Congratulating.
Yes, I was surprised.
For me, I wasn't surprised, and I am not surprised. In fact, even with Kim Promise's response to itself, it still doesn't come as a shock. What would have shocked me would have been if Kim Promise were to reply, the kind of words he would say. Or what his response would be. That is what I would anticipate. But whether or not Stonebwoy congratulating Kim Promise would come as a surprise, they know. Because, you see, we've been here for a while and we kind of know how these people move and think. As much as they may do things out of their own feelings, sometimes most of them are also very predictable, especially if you've been close to them or close to people of their caliber.
Okay.
You know how they think, you know how they behave under certain circumstances, and of course, that is why it wasn't so surprising to me when I saw Stonebwoy congratulating Kim Promise.
Okay.
Yes, and his wedding is even what some people are focusing on, saying he's saying welcome to like your debut artist of the year
in the artist of the year
league, and it is what it is. What were you expecting him to say? Like, give a flat one? No. Stonebwoy's aim in congratulating Kim Promise stems from a certain direction. Okay. And that direction, Kim Promise has also seen that direction. So they are all playing along. These are Hollywood actors that are vying for an Oscar award, both of them. So you give me that vibe, I will give you back. You go cold, I give you cold. And that is what is happening. I mean, per all indications, Stonebwoy and his people knew that whatever the results may be, if it doesn't go their way in terms of the Artist of the Year plaque, the probability that people were going to throw them, come at them and all of that were high. And one of the ways to neutralize that particular effect or minimize that particular effect is to go and throw congratulatory message to your opponent to show that, okay, yes, me that you are trolling me for this person, the person, when I sent him a message, probably he replied. But unfortunately, Kim Promise did not show the same energy. And you can't blame Kim Promise. It is from what happened last year. You can't blame him for also feeling the same way. Besides, when he also saw the need to throw you that kind of solidarity or message, you told him his message was in a box or in a basket or in a pool of others. So when at a point or once upon a time you are able to chance on it, you reply. And he's also saying the same thing. And in fact, he gave almost the same posture Stonebwoy gave last year, saying, no, this thing is not relevant. He sees nothing. He sees no need for people to dwell on it and make a fuss out of it. And that's the same thing Kim Promise is also saying. This is not a big deal. This is not something that we should focus on. So if you want to focus on it, fine. You see, it is similar energy. That's what I'm saying. These people are just acting. They are just acting up. And I've seen it from their demeanor, the way they respond to each other. It is fine. It is not everybody that can go blunt, like the likes of Shatta and come and tell you, me then you. Just like when Stonebwoy went to congratulate Shatawale. Response came, bang. Hey, no, can't do that thing for years. Simple. Plain and simple. The response came when I think when he wished him a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yes, straightforward. The response came. Unfortunately, maybe Kim Promise is not like Shatawale that can give you quick response whether or not he is cool with it or not. Like, he's not that kind of person. So he too, maybe he has some of the demeanor of Stonebwoy. Okay, you think we are cool? Let's play cool, and that is what it is. But this particular beef is not going to affect anybody. This particular beef is not going to affect anybody. And let me say it today. You see, people are underestimating Kim Promise, and that is one thing that, like, sounds
underestimating him in what area?
In every aspect, in terms of his status, in terms of how he works, how he moves, and how his demeanor is. People take Kim Promise to be some form of introvert, be on pen some soft guy be like that. It not be better like that for Kim Promise. Oh yes, it not be better like that for Kim Promise. It is just him trying to keep some cool, because this industry we like, he's humble conversation, so he's just giving that vibe. This is just the tip of the iceberg. So for me, what is going on there, I am not surprised at all. And let me say this again. People are underestimating Kim Promise.
Okay.
Thinking that, after winning this particular award, he would go to bed. I tell you, we can mark today's date down. That the consistency that people are talking about. If Kim Promise had not even win like this particular award, I tell you, the kind of work that guy go pull up, even into next year, people go run.
Yeah.
Because he's planned for it.
Yeah.
Like, he's planned for it, that this is my target, and he wants to make a statement. And that statement, I believe, per all indications, I've seen the way he moves, the way he does his things, goes beyond just winning Artist of the Year.
Okay.
He wants to make a statement. And to me, I believe that is what is pushing Kim Promise even into being vocal, even before the main event, like being so out and all of that, because there's something that he's targeting, and I believe it is beyond the Artist of the Year plaque. So for me, I'm not surprised what is going on between Stonebwoy and Kim Promise. I just find it interesting, and I would have been very much surprised if Kim Promise had come out to respond to the message in a soft manner, because I know Kim Promise will not be soft like that.
Well, let me move on to Chemo. Chemo, what do you also have to say about Kim Promise and Stonebwoy's banter?
Initially, when I heard or saw the message, I wasn't surprised. But after getting the background information about what happened last year, then I'm a bit surprised that Stonebwoy will even try this, because your response to him congratulating you wasn't that cool. So why would you want to do that and expect him to be cool with your congratulatory message? I mean, so I'm surprised that he will go that direction, just for the action. But the way that Stonebwoy act or move, I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Because he can conform to issues quickly. He's like that. I mean, a good example would be when people were saying that Shatawale throwing money is not good. Why should anybody throw money? The next time that they asked Stonebwoy about the same issue, he said that it's not good, it's even disrespect to do that and all those things. Meanwhile, he was out there throwing money like Shatawale has been doing. So at the point that people were condemning Shatta throwing money, he conformed to say that what you are saying is true. It's not good to throw money. But in his own way, in his personal capacity doing his thing, he was also throwing money. So for him, he can easily conform based on what people are saying and how he will look good in
how society sees him.
Yes, exactly. So in this case, people in our normal daily conversation and how we expect people to behave, they were expecting him to congratulate Kim Promise, whether he likes it or not, regardless of what he feels about it. and he can easily do that. That's why he will do exactly that. Congratulate him, knowing perfectly well that last year I didn't take it cool like that. Anything can happen. He will still go ahead and do it. So for me, I'm not surprised of his action as an individual, but his move based on what society expects from him, I'm not surprised. He can easily do that thing, and that's what he did. For King Promise not responding or giving the same measure as he received last year, you can't blame him.
Tit for tat.
Yeah, exactly. You can't blame him for acting like that. And for me, yeah, I see that not cool. I'm not cool with you vibe there. Just that I don't see King Promise as the one who will want to have issue with people, but he will act accordingly if that's how you are acting, and that's what I see in King Promise. For me, I disagree with Stoneboy Roland saying that he's not a cool guy. I think he's a cool guy, but he will respond to whatever energy that you are giving. That's how cool guys people work. Or you can say that somebody is a cool guy, but don't go and take advantage of.
Soft.
Yes, you can't take advantage of them. They are somewhere, as people will say it. If you bring it on, they will also meet you with the same energy, and I think that's the behavior of King Promise. He will not come and worry you or do anything against you, but if you try to push him to the limit, then he will face you squarely, and exactly what you are seeing.
Well, let's move on to Long John. Let me get Long John's opinion as well on King Promise's reaction to Stoneboy's congratulatory message. Long John.
Tall. Me, I have a lot to say.
Okay, say it.
You see, first of all, I would like to take my narration first. I was shocked at the news when I saw it. I think you even saw from the way I even showed it to you.
Yes.
I was very shocked because I know one thing is certain when it comes to the brand we are talking about, Stonebwoy. If he doesn't want to have anything to do with you, he tries his best not to have anything to, like, his brand involved in anything you do.
Okay.
Good. And there have been signs and symptoms for a long time. Maybe today.
Signs and symptoms.
Yes. It started with his PR, Vida Educhuma, writing on Facebook, "Congratulations, King Promise. Stay consistent, and at least we have shown how it is done." When I saw this post, I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt that I'm not sure they will discuss it in their other agendas like they've been claiming. The Okache portfolio. So, but since Stonebwoy himself has also congratulated, and I'm sure it was part of their conversation.
Any other matters?
It was part of the beam conversation. Any other matters? Now, King Promise was a headline discussion. Just to clear face, make them say he be good guy. But let me tell you, sometimes the actions of people or the heart of people can be determined by what they write, the details of what they write. You see, it has been clear since time immemorial that Stonebwoy is one artist that finds it hard to receive a new budding artist who is doing equally well. Or probably sometimes they try to compare him to his level. And I can give you countless examples, like Black Sheriff. I remember one time, I think last 2 years or 3 years, where Stonebwoy was going for his award at TGMA. And then I think Raskuku was part of the nominees. I don't know the relationship Black Sheriff has with Raskuku. But when the nominees lists were mentioned, he was shouting for Raskuku, poom, poom, poom. And then it came out that Stonebwoy won. Stonebwoy went to the podium to take the award. He decided to congratulate everybody who has helped him. And decided to touch on Black Sheriff pushing for Poom to win the award. To what extent? I was hearing Black Sheriff saying, "Hey, Raskuku also Poom, Poom, Poom. I heard everything." Yes, but this award is for, you see, and always he has this.
Stonebwoy said that.
He said it on, yes, the videos all over. I even posted it.
I see.
He said it on, and I was like, oh, what would they know? And by then, too, Black Sheriff was, I think, that was his second sermon I hit. You see? So he created that impression that on Wakokoji Award, no. Can't you overlook? This is a young boy coming. Can't you overlook? You are trying to tell him that you've noticed what he's trying to do. He shall see. Because that's what will come to your mind. Why have you've won the award? The guy was, before they mentioned the name, everybody is free to mention any name within the nominee. Yeah. Your name was mentioned. What award? Black Sheriff. I see what you were doing there. You were mentioning pum. Yeah, okay, I see everything. Then you quickly tried to make it look like Raskuku, you know this award is for all of us. Yeah. Then he started using it. That's a smart way of talking. Yeah. You see, this has been my problem with him. He finds it hard to accept. You see, he's the only artist, I mean the top rank artist that has ever gone on radio to say it's going to take how many years?
I think he said that one on the stage.
On stage.
On Foresight.
TGMA.
Yeah.
Okay. He said it's going to take how many years?
Music Video Awards.
He said about 40 years. Yeah.
You
40
see?
Years.
I don't know the mentality he has about Ghana music. But probably he thinks the next generation are retarded. I must be very honest. We have somebody like Shatawali telling artists who come to stand in front of him with hands behind their back, Damasa, put your hand down. What is the meaning of that? Feel free, we are all brothers. Trying to imbibe strength and unity into them so that they understand that he's grooming them for the near future. And just say he's trying to teach you to be disrespectful. No. But he's trying to make you understand that in this industry, sometimes you need to understand how to roll with us. Because you need to learn from us. Oh, but if you come closer to me and you're always having your hand behind you, then how would you be able to learn? Because you always be timid. Yeah. You understand? Encouraging artists to be better, like living their life of a superstar, because they are superstars. And we have another person standing on stage saying it will take you 40 years to become like them. And when they see you shooting up, then they start attacking you. Today we have that same person. All of a sudden, he glorifies Black Sheriff like he has not seen his kind of musician before. Today, we have that same person who is congratulating Kim Promise. Someone who you went to sit. We even discussed it last year, if you remember.
Yeah, I think I remember something.
Someone who you went to sit on live radio. With me, I wanted to believe that you didn't see it. So you went to sit on live radio, and your mind was brought to it. Boss, this happened on Twitter. You accepted the fact that you saw it. But in the basket of many wishes, you've added the response to it. What sort of disrespect is this to your fellow human being within Ghana? And you know what pains?
No.
He rather was responding to Nigerian artists. So, as you've congratulated Kim Promise, why don't you congratulate the other African artists who have won? So you see the importance of someone who has battled you and won. That is why you're congratulating. He has given you a hot chase and he has won. So you now see, hey, the guy is becoming a man. And you want to remind him. Adewakachi also Onimsa a newcomer. He doesn't know this is first this thing. What is the, you see, that will show you the kind of heart he has. What is the meaning of this is your, can't you even call him a superstar? This is your time for you to shower up so that we will see the kind of heart you have for him. You are not come to say this is a debut, this thing, so that the world will know that, oh, this is a newcomer. No, that tweet should show you the mentality of Stonebwoy. What he's doing, that tweet should tell you.
Is he not a newcomer?
Because whatever you have to say, if me, I was given the chance, or any other person, I believe the biggest night, the person who carried the biggest night, is the biggest superstar who won the Artist of the Year. He was the biggest. So you can use that. Oh, Charlie, right now you be the biggest star. What is the meaning of your debut award? No, listen. Winning Artist of the Year, yes. But are you encouraging or discouraging as a protect or somebody who is like an idol in the space? Oh, can I say, you want him to feel timid or you are trying to encourage him? somebody has been able to make a baby step in his career, and the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, "We are here a baby step." As a parent,
so he's pointing out the facts.
Those are not facts.
It's fact that
I see it as jealousy. Yes, I see it as jealousy. I see it as bitterness. You Stonebwoy should be telling him something to push him to do more. But you are the one telling him it is his first time. I don't know who. No. Because you see what Kim Promise has started. It is not going to end. And this is just the first part, because next year he's coming harder.
I see.
Promise.
He's coming. Oh, we are not going to talk too much. Yes, the plan the day. I mean, you are aware.
Yeah.
The plan the day form coming again. You see what we are trying to do in the industry is we are trying to change the narration of this industry. It is not going to be about you going around and we not see impact on your DSPs. No. We are changing the narrative where you see this year the tours he's doing. We are not cancelling any show. Yeah, both shows no. Who now make cancel shows? Who now make excuses? Oh no, that's the truth. This year between him and Kim Promise, who has cancelled show? You said what he wrote is fact. I'm talking fact.
Yeah.
If I'm lying, please viewers tell me.
Okay.
You understand? So the artist of the year, I was very. It would have been nice if you would have congratulated at the end of the day. But your debut award, I saw it as a bit disrespectful. And I respect Kim Promise for one thing.
Okay.
When he went for the interview, he never mentioned the name of the artist. In Frininu Ambada. Let's just say, the energy you are exactly just like my brother said. The energy you are trying to exert to me, I've seen it. You know what? I came in with love. Because he has a song with you. There's no way Kim Promise will try to battle you. You understand? The way you are trying to battle some of your forefathers. Kim Promise on this side. He respects you. But if all of a sudden you want to change the energy for him, don't forget one thing. How to be them be bad boys. And he's being managed by Qbeat, Gonski, and Erasmus. Monko check out my track record.
Well, according to the epistles of Long John, Osi and check the track record of Team Life and Legacy, and we will surely go check that, so we will know what we will do. Now, still around Kim Promise, and again, still on the TGMS, as I said, that there are many stories that are still evolving, coming out, the aftermath of the event. One good turn deserves another, as they say. Tilly Akianipa, who was called in at the latter part to support Kim Promise's PR activities, has been elevated. After Kim Promise won or was mentioned as the Artist of the Year, they have also seen the need to reward her efforts. Now, according to Kim Promise, he and his team, they are looking at sponsoring the Masters program of PR for Nipa to go and finish with the course. And again, I'm sure after finishing, maybe she'll come and continue with the work.
Yeah,
or even while she is still in the school, she can still continue with the work. And I'm sure this is good news. There is a video that Kim Promise himself was captured saying this on Nana Romeo's platform. I would want us to go watch the video, and when I come back, I'll ask my people what this means to the industry and the people who are supporting these artists to do what they do. Let's go watch it. I'll be right back.
Tilly Ejumano Abawiye, and going forward, they should be talking on behalf of, and I say should be speaking for the
no, I like Tilly. I believe say Ejumano Wayan and Wayne.
Okay.
And I say she a my manager. I'm gonna make casa because I think she's gonna go do a masters and I want to pay for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because she's done a great job.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So
you want to pay for her masters?
Yeah.
Wow. This is a good thing.
Yeah, of course. Like she's contributed very well to what we did.
The animal feel it in
Oka facts, bro. You know, and the thing is, she said one thing that I respect. She's like, if you're working with an artist, I didn't know can and say or for me, like it's real, it's true. So all you do is speak the facts and amplify it. Made her job easy, and she represented it so well. She didn't step on people's toes. She was respectful, professional, and I respect that. And you know, my own little way that I can help is, you know.
Bro, let me make a confession here. See, me cry beginning no. Now I was thinking, say, many unia kasa kra. Now I was afraid. Minti me kasa here. Vim ebe wini. But me tie Tilly we no and my goodness is Inti after listening to Tilly, baby, I imagine we am say can promise. Because you know, said the okano or chira dinum emani clear. And she spoke with numbers or the facts in go. Until when you do the comparison, you say, I didn't hear there, but I not saw it too early. Because I not declare no. I was like, then I know that
he's a sharp guy.
Yeah.
I feel like he's one of my very favorite pundits on TV, if not my favorite. I actually think he's my favorite pundit on TV.
And you know, he also goes by the fact.
He's
because
straightforward.
Yes, straightforward.
And you think maybe he's like my best friend. I don't even have his number, bro. But when I listen to the guy, I'm like, I love this guy and the way he speaks and how he submits his stuff. So big up to Arnold, man.
Wow. Kenya Mishrao.
Well, I'll come to Long John. I think you said you have so many things to say about this. So let me clear you with your so many things. Then after I can go to those who don't have so many things to say. I don't know, we'll still come there. So you just give us half of what you want to say.
Be brief and go and expand.
First of all,
be brief here.
Give
us the headlines.
First of all, we would like to congratulate Stonebwoy. Can promise once again. I mean, he's worked very hard and very deserving of it. And you know, I want to give him a big respect for what he's done.
Okay.
I think he has changed the narrative of artist PR in Ghana. You understand what I'm trying to say? You see, it has been there that, yes, portfolio started, but we all didn't see where it ended. But so far, this is the first artist of the year who has decided to give, because you see, you know, it escaped him to actually praise her when he won the award on stage. And people were trying to make a fuss out of it. Try to, you know, cause a sort of bad name around him. And he quickly reverted with a screenshot of him thanking all those people, including Tilly's name in there. Then the bigger news now comes out that he's now going to sponsor, with his team, they plan to sponsor her masters. Beautiful one. And I believe Tilly deserves it. Because one thing I keep saying is, in this industry, when someone does something for you, that is life-changing. I believe you owe that person any form of gratitude to you that you think best fits the person. You understand? So if, for instance, you see me like this, you see maybe probably my dressing or my appearance isn't shaped well, and you are an artist, and you feel the way I've spoken for you, you know what? Maybe the little I can do, okay, let me take Long John out. Let's go do some shopping.
Change the three-quarters.
You understand what I'm saying? So when you do some, definitely there's going to be one or two things you can see on the person that is doing the dirty job for you. A job you should be doing, but because of your busy schedule, the person has taken it upon themselves to do it. And the person goes out to do all that job, and you go and sit, or you decide to put the person, tell me what you want, so that I do for you. To me, I see it as a very big insult. Yes, because I see it as a trap you are trying to set for the person. Because mind you, there's an award scheme, you couldn't have done it alone. The person has wasted all their man time that they should be doing punditry for other content. Focus on only your brand. They've courted hate, new haters.
Of course.
New lovers.
You inherit them.
Yes.
By force.
And also, another set of artists are going to hate you for nothing because you decide to stand for that choice. And after everything, you tell me what you want. Then I realize you don't have a good mindset for me. You understand? Because you are the artist. You make enough money. If not for anything at all, you can't tell me that all the time I've been bashing, all the time I've been going hard for you, you've not noticed something about me, you can say, this thing, I want to correct it. This is not even asking for too much. As an artist, look at how many weeks she started this thing. Was it February or March?
I think she came in around March.
March, yeah.
So let's say 1 month, one and a half month straight, back to back. making people insult her appearance and everything. Imagine.
And your baby.
Oh, did you AD? You understand? And you decide to ask her, Tilly, tell me what you want. I mean, it's not a bad question, yes. But to me, I believe all the time she was doing that, what were you seeing? You want to tell me you didn't notice anything you want to change personally before probably you decide to ask her what she wants? Mm-hmm. You understand? Oh, maybe I'm trying to do something for her, she doesn't want it. Who told you? Do it right. What do you want her? Me, I see it as something you want to set me up.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I get it.
So it is very beautiful for him to sit down, think a while. Do you think Tilly doesn't want it?
Oh,
Masters.
why not?
Sure, yeah, upgrade you. Because she has
better.
also upgraded him from just a normal artist to Ghanaian artist of the year, which is going to be part of your name forever.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? What's then? Tilly betima kasi nechi ahwe akase can promise me di nechi no when di me hwamo. And to tell me you want to do my masters for me, trust me, even my family will remember your name.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what everybody. This is very purposeful and impactful. This is what artists are supposed to do. The Shatawale hallmark, paying student fees. This is not just anybody or a fan, but someone who has led the charge in your conversation.
Okay. Well, let me go on to Chemu. Chemu, what do you also make of the announcement from King Promise, or the promise from King Promise?
I think it's a kind gesture, and it's not a bad thing. I mean, if you are doing something and somebody wants to support, why not? You have to take it. And in this case, I am tempted to believe that Tilly Ekwenipa had maybe planned to do it before King Promise
came
in to announce that we want to help. But if it is the other way around, then I think they should sit and talk about it, because there may be other pressing needs that will be appreciated more than you just selecting what you think is the best for the person.
Fact.
So for me, I think it's a kind gesture, and if Tilly Ekwenipa is ready for such a move, then it's a good one. But if not, they should think about it. I mean, talk to Tilly Ekwenipa and see how best you can, I mean, give a good support or a support that she will appreciate.
Okay.
And well, again, it's also symbolic. It means that, I mean, when somebody does something that you think they deserve an award, or they deserve something more than you thanking them, why not do it? And King Promise is telling other artists, or even people in general, that sometimes you need to appreciate people for the impact that they have in whatever that you are doing.
Sure. Yeah.
And in this case, nobody will doubt or can say that Tilly Ekwenipa's impact was not felt in the whole thing happening. I think you feel it based on the way that she was talking. And again, you see, when the appointment came, I said that it was a very strategic appointment, because Tilly Ekwenipa had access to a very, very important platforms, and she talking for King Promise means that those platforms, she will constantly be on those platforms and talk about King Promise, the gospel according to King Promise. So for me, I think they made a very good move, and Tilly Ekwenipa also delivered. She didn't disappoint. So if he wants to award Tilly Ekwenipa for a good job done, I mean, I'm all for it. Yes, yes, I'm all for it. I think it's a good thing.
Well, Tilly has been calling almost everybody who is of his sort to appreciate them for holding her down for her to land this particular role. I want to believe the role will continue. I'm so sure about that. I want to believe it will continue. Yes, Roland, continue. End that discussion for me.
Well, I would say congratulations to Tilly Ekwenipa. This is a kind gesture, and also big ups to King Promise and his team. This is a kind gesture that I'm sure Tilly wouldn't take it lightly. And like you rightfully said, I'm also sure that this particular bond is going to continue even after TGMA. I mean, there was, and I like how Team King Promise played this whole conversation, as in, okay, we want you to take charge for this period, and let's see how it goes. And of course, Tilly did not disappoint, because
Never.
I'm also looking at
Like more or less like she was on probation.
exactly, and which is good for me, because with whatever you are doing, you need to prove yourself.
Yeah.
You need to prove yourself, and Kim Promise is not also a small brand. Yes, Tilly has also done something to also merit that form of attraction, but still, the environment that she was going into was not the usual panditry, talking about general stuff kind of environment. So there was the need for her to also come and prove herself, and she didn't disappoint, which is what is even getting her more than what she was probably given for her services during that particular time, which is now an extension into her academics, or her upgrading even in school.
Yeah.
My little advice would be to Tilly Ekenipa.
Good. Go ahead.
And as a sister, I congratulated her even when her appointment came. She's literally my friend, so
Yeah, I know,
we
right?
speak almost every time. And
I
my advice to her would be for her to open her eyes in the industry, because now she's deeper than ever, and that is the situation. I wouldn't want her to be naive of the whole congratulatory messages that she's receiving now and be caught up in that particular web or in that net and not and be off reality.
Okay.
You see, I remember one time, one of our outings, I told her that, you see, the view that you have about industry stuff and all of that, and all them community, sometimes you step on toes, and with the way you address certain issues, the moment you get closer to a certain brand of a certain stature, your conversation will change. And to me, I wasn't so much surprised when during the campaign she was going deep into research, bringing out certain conversations to hold or to make her claim or make her case. Normally, she wouldn't have done that. If it were to be on a general issue conversation and she wanted to just be on the sidelines and speak as the normal Tilekwe Nipa we know, and not a rep of Kim Promise, we wouldn't have seen her go deep like that. And then can see. Because before she was given the appointment, I listened to her views on the whole reason and stuff. Yes, she was kind of saying some for Kim Promise, because obviously Kim Promise has done much for you to get enough to talk about. Yeah. But it wasn't as deep as she went when she was given the appointment. So you see, with that, in going that deep, know that it comes with its own consequences. And now that you are fully committed to this particular brand, see, no brand does not have enemies. Like, it comes naturally. And unfortunately for Tilekwe Nipa, even by association, may even come with some form of enemy extension.
Just the association alone.
Just the association. And it may not even be her associate or the people she herself is associated with. No. But the brand that she's representing, the associate of that brand would bring her that. And she should be ready for it. And me, my own would be her close competitors in the just ended competition. And it is brand Team Stonebwoy or the Beam Camp. It will come automatic. I wouldn't want to I will not dilly-dally around this conversation, because I've been there before. I know how this game is played. And I told her, I remember that time when I told her, she was like, oh, me nyampo, me nyampo. So when I saw the appointment, I was like, I call out out there. The chewing stick. And I thought nice, but then it is what it is. Now, just like Stonebwoy told Kim Promise, welcome to the league. I will tell Tilekwe Nipa that this is where the work really starts. That one day, like you said, it was probational period. Now is when the work, it is now starting. And if you are not able to stand now, it is go hard or go home kind of situation here.
Well, you either go hard or you go home, according to Roland Amate. Now, let's still talk about awards. A little bit of TGMA. and maybe some issues that are around it. Ricky Tenneson is a known figure within our showbiz space. He is one of the former board members of 3 music awards. And again, he has been a great partner to the erstwhile manager or CEO of Full, no, not, I'm talking about the erstwhile. Three music awards.
3 music network.
Okay, 3 music network of Baba Sadiq, Honorable Baba Sadiq. Ricky Tenneson has been a great partner to him over the years. Now, Ricky, after the TGMA, is putting out an information that comes across like, okay, this is something that he has been observing for some years, and he thinks it is a reality that is actually going down. Now, what did he say? He's saying that to the TGMAs, they are either playing on some grounds, and the grounds is that if you are an artist and you are nominated, push to what level to perform on the day of the awards. Because if you don't perform on the day of the awards, no, you won't get some.
Your chances of getting is low.
Yes, because according to him, for the past studies that he's done, every artist in the categories, those who perform, they are those who win the awards. That is what he is telling us. And he actually put out an editorial, and in this video, he enumerated some of the points in there that, to him, there, he thinks TGMA, they have a way of settling people who perform with awards.
Liar boy.
More or less. That is what he wants to say. Let's go watch this video. When I come back, I pick the views of my people. Are we on the same page with Ricky Tenneson? Or maybe we think that he's speaking jazz. Let's go back. I'll be right back here on the show.
Okay, so once again, I'm here to set the record straight. The 26th Ghana Music Awards. Look, we need to address this giant elephant in the room because there's been an observation I've made that I believe deserves the full attention of every music lover, the music artist, and the industry at large. First and foremost, congratulations to Kim Promise for winning your first ever Artist of the Year. I think, my statistical analysis on all the nominees played a key role after all. But now check this. Over the past 5 years, based on research and careful observation, there's been one recurring trend that raises serious questions about the integrity of the awards. Listen to this. So over 80% of artists who are always booked to perform on the awards night go on to win the awards. Let that sink in. 80%. Now look, I'm not here to downplay the hard work of any of the artists. Many of you deserve the accolades. But when year in, year out, majority of performers on the awards night are also the winners, it starts to look less like a coincidence and now turning into a system. So here is the big question. Is there a quiet promise of an award in exchange for a performance slot? Has the stage now become a bargaining table where awards are part of the deal? Because if my observation and my careful assessment of the trend is true that you are more likely to win if you agree to perform, then we've moved away from merit and dangerously close to manipulation. So let's take it back to 2021. I want you to see the performers on the night and what they went on to win. And these performers I'm about to mention are minus those who did the tribute performances as well as the throwback performances. So let me take you into those who performed at the 2021 TGMAs. So the performers were Dinah Hamilton, Adina, Efia, Mr. Drew, Eno Baroni, Kiddy, Sarkodie, Kwesi Arthur, Kwame Eugene, Medical, Ochiame Kwame, and Yao Tog. And again, as I mentioned, 80% of most of these performers go on to win awards. Dinah Hamilton on the night won an award, Artist of the Year, if you remember. Adina won an award. Efia and Ochiame Kwame were the only names that I mentioned that didn't win awards. But the rest, which was Dinah Hamilton, Adina, Mr. Drew, Eno Baroni, Kiddy, Sarkodie, Kwesi Arthur, Kwame Eugene, Medical, and Yao Tog. All these people won awards on the night. Now let's go to 2022. The artists who performed on the night were Kiddy, Black Sheriff, Mr. Drew, Ohima Messi, Joe Metal, Aquabwa, Kelvin Boy, Sefa, D Black, Jackie, Kamido, Stonebowy, and Kofi Kinata. Again, interestingly, 3 out of these names were the only ones that didn't receive awards. That is Mr. Drew. He came on with FBS. He didn't get an award. Kelvin Boy also didn't get an award. And Kamido, he had just released his latest song, so it is understandable. Even himself and Kelvin Boy, they were not nominated that year. But check this.
Kiddy got an award. He won Artist of the Year. Black Sheriff, Ohima Messi, Joe Metal, Aquabwa, Sefa, D Black, Jackie, Stoneboy, and Kinata. All these names who performed on the night went on to win an award. Now let's go to 2023. The performers on the night were PSA Esther, Kiddy, DSL, Episode, Last Mate, Black Sheriff, Jackie, Kim Promise, Sarkodie, Medical, and Kwabna Kwabna. Again, only 2 of the names didn't win an award, which was Medical and Kwabna Kwabna. The rest, which was PSA Esther, won an award, Kiddy won an award, DSL won an award and sang, Episode won an award, Last Made won an award, Black Sheriff went on to win Artist of the Year, Jackie, Kim Promise, Sarkodie. All these names won an award. Now let's go to 2024, which was last year. Last year, the performers were Kim Promise, Kwame Eugene, Kwesi Amewuga, Efia, Kim Paluta, Stonebwoy, Nasi, Amerado, and Mr. Drew. Again, only 2 names out of this list didn't win awards. Those who won an award were Kim Promise, Kwame Eugene, Kwesi Amewuga, Kim Paluta, Stonebwoy, Nasi, Amerado. And then my major concern, and this was what actually drew me to this conclusion, this year, every single person that came upstage actually won an award, but for Molly and Kojo Black, because Kojo Black, for instance, was not even nominated at all. So the performers for this year was AC, Yao Darling, Stonebwoy, B-Strap, Molly, Kojo Black, Kim Promise, Kim Paluta, Kiddy, Famie, Kweku Smoke, and Empress Gift, who was built to perform, didn't perform. However, she won an award, but she was part of, the performance list that was released. And so AC won Record of the Year, Yao Darling won the Man Song category, Stonebwoy won Reggae Dancehall Artist and others, B-Strap won New Artist of the Year, Kim Promise won Artist of the Year, Kim Paluta won High Life Song, Kiddy won Collaboration, Famie won High Life, Kweku Smoke won Rap Performance and others, and then Empress Gifty. So guys, check this. Clearly and consistently, every single year, 80%, and that's crazy, 80% of performers go on to win an award. But it also doesn't even stop there. One thing I've also realized is the 2 top contenders on the night always perform at the grand finale. Another observation is Dinah Hamilton had never performed at the Ghana Music Awards. The only time we saw her perform was when she miraculously beat Kiddy. So I'll say miraculously because on paper and statistically, Kiddy by far deserved the award. But as a strong Christian, I also believe in miracles. So today, I'm calling on Charterhouse, industry leaders, and the entire creative community. Let's do better. Let's restore the integrity of our most prestigious night in music. Let the awards be about merit, not perhaps about striking deals. Let the performances be about arts and not satisfying performers. So this particular editorial is not just about setting the record straight, but most importantly, a call to action.
Okay, so we have gotten Ricky Tenneson, of course, one of our own in this space. And let me start with Roland, who has also been following events vigorously. Big allegations out there from Ricky Tenneson. Are there some valid points in there that we can consider, even if not all?
Not to sound disrespectful, but the whole conversation Ricky Tenneson raised is like a cow dunk.
A cow dunk?
Yeah.
Nantri bean? What do you mean?
Eso de ding.
Obia kasa as nantri bean.
Eso de
na
ding.
Na kacha mze moye a friend is akrante a wetwensu na musu.
Cha is body.
Okay, we're going.
Eso de ding. And so uko inside a pacha. And that is exactly how I see this whole conversation. I mean, when you listen to it on top of, like, on a surface level, you can go like, yeah, he's saying something. But if you probe into it, you realize that he doesn't have a case. I mean, in simple terms, like, very simple. The explanation to this conversation is very simple. The reason why, according to his research and to be doing this research and careful analysis on a scheme that has been operating for the past 26 years, and you want to base your research on the last 5 years, Charlie. First of all, it is unfortunate. Secondly, again, even if he is to go deep into like other years, including even a decade or over a decade, he realized that it has followed the same pattern, including the same award scheme that he was a board member of.
So he was a board member.
It has
for three music
awards. Yeah. It has followed, and he was even once an academy member of TGMA.
Oh,
well, it's possible. Ricky has been in the system for quite some time. So my point is that even if he is to go into details, it has followed the same format. And I can also tell you that the same pattern can be seen even in other award schemes that we would even want to compare to. And the reason is simple. You see, even if you would get about 50 to 60% of the nominees mostly on the event they performing, and normal. And it is because, you see, in the year under review, these are the people that are seen as the people who created lots of excitement, heat and buzz for the people that these award schemes are serving. I mean, it will be disastrous. You can suggest, you can appeal to the scheme to say that, oh, sometimes go beyond the people that you feel have created lots of excitement according to your metrics or your mode of selection. Go beyond it. That is fine. You can appeal. But even that one, it is a business decision. You see, it is mere coincidence, or it is just a business decision for you to know that, okay, in the year under review, it is Kim Paluta, it is Kim Promise, it is Stonebwoy, it is your friend is saying Black Sheriff. These are the people that have created lots of excitement in the year under review. And in fact, they are still hot, even transcending into the year that you are doing the awards. And who would best fit to help you market your product, market your award schemes to the people that you are trying to sell it to, if you don't use these people? I mean, it would be disastrous on the part of TGMA or any other award scheme to exclude nominees who are still relevant and hot during the time they were doing the event, to say that because you are nominees, we will not use, like, we will not bill you to perform on the day. Then I don't know what you are, like, I don't know what your reasons will be based on. Because if Ricky understands the business point in this particular operation, then he shouldn't be speaking then he should not be speaking like this. Because even if we are to take the other factors and even base this conversation only on business, then and you see, the business that I'm talking about is not where he is coming from. Where the organizers would want to strike a deal on come and perform and take the awards. That is not the business I'm talking about. But the business is based on the artists that are going to give them the form of traction they want, whether the person is nominated or not. And you see, one of the reasons why his argument is also flawed is that so far as there are people who performed but did not get the awards in all the instances that he's mentioned, then he has no case. Because whatever he is basing his argument on is assumption, and he can't even prove it. If you ask him to come and prove, if you dare him, or if I would want to dare Ricky Tenneson right now to come and prove even one person that's like the person was given a deal to come and perform and receive an award, Ricky Tenneson cannot even come and prove it. He won't. He will not get that boss, even if he has evidence. You understand? So if you cannot prove it, there is no need for you to make such allegations, and especially when you also find yourself in that same circle, and you assume you are supposed to, and it is assumed you are supposed to know better. When you speak like this, then it means that, okay, be like, say, you self, your credibility is at stake, because once upon a time when you were in that same position, such operations or similar operations were happening. So is that, what are you insinuating? That only Omunina in the same soup? Because that same pattern can be found, you follow similar blueprint. And this blueprint is not something that is only peculiar to TGMA. So for me, I think his argument is dead on arrival. And like I described, it is like a cowdown. So okay,
Roland is still insisting on the non-tribune factor. Jamo, take over from there.
Yeah, Ricky. Ricky is doing something that at this point is an issue among economists. We have two types of economists. We have those who are into the calculations of things. I mean, so econometrics as they call it. And there are some people who are saying that no, there's no sense in doing econometrics when there are evidences and even history to say otherwise. You see, the econometric guys, they just follow the hardcore data, put it into the model that they have, and then tell you the results after putting the data into the models that they have. So they will give you figures. Like this one is 10%, 20%, 60%. Meanwhile, practically you can observe something different from the numbers that they are giving you.
Okay.
And exactly what Ricky is doing. That's why he was comfortable using percentage. Because if he tries to go normal, like the way that ordinary person will understand,
he will not get it
he
right.
will not, if I have to borrow Kennedy Japan's lawyers' word, it's illogical. he will realize that. So he will rather hide behind figures and mention percentages instead of saying that 3 people didn't get an award, even though a lot of them, like maybe 10 of the people who were performing got an award. No, he will rather say 80% got an award. And it will end it there. Will not even feel so comfortable to mention those who didn't get an award but performed. I mean, for him to even mention that will defeat the purpose. What it means is that the 3 people who didn't get an award, or 20%, if I'm following his way of presenting him, the 20% who didn't get an award but performed, they couldn't negotiate well to get an award to perform. I mean, it won't make sense in any way. And again, if that is the case, those people will come out and complain that we were all told we will get an award if we perform, but we didn't get it. That one will obviously come out. So for him, doing an analysis was not so good for whatever that he was trying to achieve. The best would have been that you get confirmed cases.
Reports.
Exactly, like you have evidence of people negotiating for an award to perform. After that, then you can use your analysis to buttress the point that yes, if after getting an evidence and now using that evidence to follow the pattern, this is what I'm getting.
This is your conclusion.
That will make sense. But for you to come from an angle of speculative analysis of how things are done, he is totally wrong, and in fact there's no need for him to start something like this. The only way to buttress your point or to say something like this is when you have hardcore evidence to prove that okay, this is what is happening, and based on analysis this is the pattern. That one, it will make sense. It is not the other way around. You would rather speculate than to get an evidence of whatever that you want to claim. It's not good. He has been in the industry for long. He is like a prominent figure in this industry.
Yes.
So he should be careful sometimes the kind of information that he wants people to consume. And for this one, I think he should come again because it's totally wrong.
Well, Long John, take over from there.
To me, I want to believe, first of all, I want to believe he was making a narration out of an experience he has been involved in. Yes, it should come because if
you mean 3 music?
Yes, basically, because if he wants to be very objective, I think whatever he said was a bit of a bongo ideas type of reasoning. Yes, I'm being honest because why would you, as an industry elite as you are, on a camera, sit behind it and try to concoct a narration that seems to paint an award scheme that they offer awards for performance? What will make you come to such conclusion or try to create such narrative unless you have been part of a deal of that sort? That is my only reasoning towards that direction.
Okay.
Because you see, if he's smart enough, he will understand every award scheme and every year has a year under review. 2001 to 2005. So within that year, Obi Oya Hot within that year, we need them on that awards. That is why Ablekuman analysts can a trend is higher now. They'll try to create a space
for him
on that stage, because they need that trend to in their whole activity lineup.
Yeah.
So if you know all these things, I mean, me myself, I'm not really be event person like that. And event person has given deeper details into how they run things. If you know there are years to these things, and then after every year, they decide to pick people who are hot under the year of review, then they want to put them on stage. And you want to create the mindset. Now, let me show you. I said I wanted to use an example to kill the whole jandam he's trying to do. You see, top Ghanaian artists, the truth is, most of them will not attend your awards if you don't build them to perform. Especially in recent times. Back in the days, everybody used to be like crazy about the awards, but now a lot of people are losing interest. Count how many
this is factual.
Count how many people who were nominated but went at the awards ground. That were you could like within our celebrity status, when they are celebrities name count, they were nominated though, but they weren't at the awards ground.
Yeah.
And count those who were there, the purpose they were there.
Okay.
It's only because of the awards, so most of them were there because of the performance. They were built to perform.
In fact, if Sarkodie, for instance, if they had to perform,
did he also, or I think I have to ask him if he can also do a careful and deeper analysis of people who will not perform but will get an award. I think he should do that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You see, so when you look at all these details, and then you find out somebody of a great status in the industry comes out to concoct something like this and make it look like they give performance for awards, it makes no sense. Look at somebody like Kweku Smoke. According to his PR machinery, they claim he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
But had to come and
we are also hearing that.
You see, so that would tell you that if not for the performance, he wouldn't have been there. You understand? So in that case, does that mean that he's going to he's exchanging his performance for how do you call it? Awards. You see, let's not carry the industry is now going 2 steps forward. We shouldn't bring it 3 steps backwards. That at the time, that era where traditional media was controlling narrative, now we have social media. A lot of things that go on, it's on phone. If any academy or anybody has that conversation, there are records and things, and it will come out, no matter how long it will be.
It's so simple.
It will leak.
Yeah.
When you see when you do things like this,
involved are so many.
Yes, when you do things like this, you make people
lose
interest
in
so
many.
You see, with this kind of narration, you finish and say you are calling investors. You are calling businessmen to come and put money in the industry. And look at narration, look at what you are creating. You see, some of these things we shouldn't allow it. I mean, this conversation, I didn't even want us to do it, but it's on the table. What do we have to do? Because we shouldn't allow this kind of conversation. Because we know, Uncle, you have been in the industry for long. Yeah. Do these things happen? No.
Not as I know.
When you say things like this, that means we are playing with the minds of Ghanaians, which is never true. We are serious-minded people. Charterhouse wouldn't come and create an award scheme.
Joe Metal, I think he won several awards.
We were here, but
he won 3. He nearly won Artist of the Year.
And he wasn't even there.
Oh, no, he wasn't even there.
He wasn't even there. He didn't even post flyer.
So what happened to him? He couldn't.
You see, we shouldn't be doing that.
Or what?
We shouldn't be doing that.
So this careful, deeper analysis here. He should come again.
Okay, let's try to wrap up for today. And there is something I want us to look at before we run away. MC Foster Romanus. I think now it looks like he's changing his name to Kwabena Foster. It looks like he doesn't want to be called Romanus again because it will tend to Anus. So now he's making it Kwabena Foster. Now, Kobna Foster has responded to some of the accusations about not performing well on the night of the event when he was a sidekick to AJ Sapon Akuoku. And let's read one from General Ntetia. General Ntetia is also a colleague, comedian, and actor with him. He said, after the backlash comes a hug. It wasn't the best of nights for you, bro. We can't justify or give excuses on what happened on the night. But one thing I know is that you are one of the best when it comes to GH comedy. Was seated behind my television, and frankly, some of the jokes did not land well. Wish people can get close to you and ask what really happened faster. But Charlie, our society has been programmed in such a way that we don't have time to hear you out. We only celebrate success. It could have been me on the night, so I put my small leg in your big shoes and use this opportunity to learn. One honest thing I want to tell you, bro, is that kindly sit up, reflect on things, accept the criticism, and come back stronger. Personally, I feel the pair with AJ on a night like this wasn't the best. Like pulling out jokes continues for like 6 to 7 hours is not a child's play. So yes, you did your best. I feel if two comedians were put on that part, it would have been fire.
Yeah.
Hold your head up, bro. Swallow this one in all humility. Take advantage and look at what went wrong and come back stronger. Yours truly, General Ntetia. I'll always hold my people down no matter what. Hold your people down. How do you have it? Now, this is Foster's response to many of the criticisms coming to him. And I read. Says, the TGMA is Ghana's biggest music night and one of the biggest in Africa too. It was only an honor to not only grace the event, but also to be a voice on it. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude for the incredible opportunity offered to me by Charterhouse Ghana and the creative stakeholders of the scheme. Your support and belief in my potential mean the world to me. I also want to take a moment to thank the wonderful people of Ghana for your unwavering love and support. Your encouragement inspires me to strive for greatness every day. To those who felt I didn't perform to my fullest potential on the night, I appreciate your honesty and feedback. For such a massive night, excesses are high possibilities and growth is a continuous journey, so I am committed to learning from this experience. Thank you once again for everything, and more of greatness is expected of my brand, so stay tuned. Yours sincerely, Romanus. Hey, okay. The Romanus came at the end of it. Now, Chamu, we all watched what Foster did.
Sure.
So let's listen to the criticism and his response, and briefly, in just about some 2 minutes, let's run over.
I like his response. I mean, he's saying that yes, if you didn't like whatever that I did, I take it in good faith. Maybe I have to come back stronger. So I think he's doing well. And yeah, obviously there were times that he will give a joke, and even the response coming from the people in the auditorium will tell you that this one we didn't get it, or it was not what we were expecting. So I mean, for him to accept it is good for him. What it means is that he will prepare, he will do more just to also improve his craft. So it's good. And then the one coming from General Ntetia, well, generally it's a good one. Just that some of his argument I would disagree. If the person didn't perform well, he didn't perform well. It's not about Ghanaians who will not care about whatever that you are going through. But they will care about what you are going through. Because you can give any excuses for whatever happened. Any failure in life, there are 1,001 reasons why you failed. It's either you go with the reasons why you fail, or you improve to deliver next time when you get the opportunity. That's why I like the way that Foster responded to what is happening. And yes, I mean, me too, I observe what others observe, just that it didn't occur to me that I should have an opinion about the whole thing, like as in you didn't do well or whatever, I should say anything. But yes, when somebody goes that direction, I will not say that hey, you are lying, because I really didn't feel his impact like that. I didn't get anything that will stick coming from him. So if people are criticizing based on that, why not? And the bottom line is that I like his response to what is happening, and what it means is that he's ready to learn, he's ready to improve on his craft. So kudos to him. I think it's good.
Okay, we are closing. Roland, some 2 minutes. Let's go.
Well, I agree with General to a certain extent, and also disagree with him on what Chemo pointed. I mean, yes, he was talking about the society that we live in will not even care to listen to. Unfortunately, it is true, and it is the fact. And wherever you find yourself, it is the same story. Just that this is where you find yourself, so you feel it here, you not feel it there. It is what it is. And again, yes, the other argument that I would agree with him saying, perhaps if he were to be paired or he was paired with a colleague comedian, it would have made an impact. But I mean, that one also, yeah, partly you can agree because say in see. But then, because there are precedents to it, we've seen the pairing of Obi and Ponsa and Lexi, the comic, and also I think Foster Romanus himself at the Three Music Awards some time ago, and we see how they delivered very well. So you can use that as a reference to make your case, and it is understandable. But then, this is a different turf and a different kind of audience from the normal comedy audience that they usually enjoy or they are always exposed to. You understand? So definitely, it will come with some form of challenges. And again, because he was the only person, as in representing a comedy fraternity to looking at the whole mode of operation, it is different from the usual turf
Stand-up comedy.
Yeah, the usual turf that they know. And definitely sometimes it may take a toll on you, and if you are not able to get hold of the situation early, you definitely have lapses, and that is what Foster Romanus, I think, encountered on the night. Well, some, like, the criticisms are coming. Some jokes were able to fly, some also did not. And this is what I would call occupational hazard. One of them, bad days at work, some. And the Foster Romanus that I know is not somebody that just folds when some of these things happen. I mean, he's one of the people who were able to break that Charterhouse barriers for the comedians. So for him to go through that same phase, I believe it is one of them periods that he wants to use himself as a sacrificial lamb to open the way for others that probably may be able to prove like better for the comedy space than him. Maybe he has opened the way. Now they know how to go about when they want to add the comedians to the list of voices on the night. So I like his response also to the critic. I mean, he's not taking a different posture than a learning posture, because that is the only way. Because if you take any other posture, then it will mean as if, say, you are fighting the people who probably are sometimes trying to correct you, and also your employers. Because your employers will go like, oh, okay, that is if they were not also satisfied with your performance. If they were not satisfied with your performance and you take a different posture, then they will go like, okay, perhaps we even made a mistake by even employing you in the first place. But his posture really speaks well, and it even gives signs of, okay, there can be subsequent dealings in the near future. So I would say big ups to him for his posture, and we hope and pray that the next opportunity may come and they will deliver.
Okay, Long John, close the show for us on MC, Kwabna Foster, and General Ntetia's commentaries on him.
Comedian Foster Romanus. Please, he's a comedian first. Comedian Foster Romanus. But he's a comedian.
No, he's an MC here.
If you take the R, it is a different thing.
Yeah, go on, don't mind Roland.
With Foster, it's very unfortunate to see, and I'll be one of the last persons to bash him for what happened. I think it's not something pleasant, but it's one of those things that can happen to anybody.
Okay.
Anybody. You wouldn't know what might be the problem. But to me, what I believe was the problem was his co-hosts, or who he was sharing the same stage with. I believe they gave him a too serious person. Yeah, and I don't know who does those choices for Charterhouse. They need to have people who really understand the game.
But AJ has been hosting that show for that segment.
No, you see, AJ hosts it. But if you will listen to AJ on radio, most of the stuff are too serious. And yeah, about jokes. Yes,
because she's not a comedian.
Yes. So you blending her with a comedian is where the problem is.
No, they had two roles. They had two roles to deliver. Good. AJ was to give more information, accurate information about the event.
To lighten up,
and Foster was supposed to lighten up the information. That's it.
You see, when you have a supportive in comedy, When you are supposed to partner someone, then it's not you alone. So if you have a partner who is responding now, I watched. Look, that was what even didn't urge me to watch the TGMA for long. I watched. There was a point that he made certain jokes, and the joke you could realize AJ self no understand. She was
AJ now non tine maybe brass. And you see that one is not process sport too.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what
a comedian lands a joke and
you
don't
understand.
understand.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what was killing him. You see, it deserved them all. But you can't complain. You just have to continue. But if he or she giggles or says something to support whatever, then you see moment to number. But whatever joke you drop now, or him, and you see the way she even watches you, and then I say no. I said, thank you. That was how she was watching the guy. She kept looking at him like, and you see the response he was giving. You could see he wanted to really touch on my co-host, but because that's the truth. That was the problem. I think AJ is just too serious for a comedian to be with as a co-host.
Okay,
that's the truth, and I believe he. I think this is this has shown how humble he is and how respectful he is, and how he actually respects the audience that actually paid to come and watch them. Because it's very difficult for you to find creative in this era to appreciate and accept criticisms in these times and era. But I think this is a very good step. It will allow people to continue to believe in him and understand that this is one of those mishappenings, you understand? And going forward, I hope he can work on it and deliver something as soon as possible so it can clear this bad image.
Well, this is how we are ending today's edition of Showbiz Daily. Obviously, you also have an opinion or two to share. We welcome it in the comment section. Bring them and let's do some more. Special thank you to the pundits in Team Dodo Solomon, Chamo, Roland Amate, as well as Long John the Blogger. And to the producers, Theophilus Digosh, there's that Sam Tuga. Thanks for coming out to do this for the world. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us and let's do this again in another video. We are out of here. Bye-bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fa check it. Fa check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Fa check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Fa check it, check it, check it. Push sugar level, fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Fa check it, fa check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.